I think the kids of the 70s are bridging gap between generations.
We are an adapting generation.
Our generation is working for change.
It's a generation that was truly the guinea pigs of technology.
My generation is the counselor for tomorrow.
We are the in-between.
The moment I was in that delivery ward, the moment I see Olive head out, my tears just dropped down my face, my heart sore, everything changed when I get out of the room. Yeah. The very first day I brought back Olive, how do I feel about it and what does it change? Like she's like my soulmate. Is every night I can just this is embarrassing. Every night I can just look at Olive before I sleep. I look at her and look at my wife. It's another level of love where it's a parent love. It's a love where a father will give to their child everything. Love is 100% and expect none. Yeah.
Love is a feeling that happens in the gut. Love is something that allows you to miss something or someone.
A good way to define love is to define marriage. Marriage is the hardest thing that anyone can do next to being a chef. Okay? It's the truly great marriages that stick together for the years and then love happens. Resilience and perseverance. Right? It's a feeling that you cannot engineer, right? It's that unmistakable like grip that it has on you, that you would do anything for this person. It's a passion that's so blindly driven that you would just do anything.
Love is about sacrifice. Honestly, everything is about sacrifice. I do sacrifice love. Example, my marriage, my ex-marriage. Yeah, I don't mind saying it. We're still friends, and my sacrifice is for her to let her go. Things doesn't work out, you have to let her go. You cannot pull her along with you. Then both of you will be miserable. You see.
My parents valued that word far more, because if you see all the shows in the transitional phase of that era, they would always say, "Oh my God, he said I love you." And what did you say? They make movies out of it by saying love was hard.
Love is a joy, yeah, but love does contain sadness, suffering, joy, of course, sweetness, yes, sour, of course, sour jealousy. This is all into it. This is all love.
I think Sarang Party Girl, I think in the 80s and 90s there were girls that actually lusted after Caucasian men. At that point, Caucasian men that came to Singapore do have a phenomenal expat package. So it is guaranteed that any Caucasian guy they meet in Singapore would be minted. These girls have, and at that point the fashion is to wear sarongs and a little tank top, and do go out to the bars, go out to clubs. And I think the goal of being social is to meet a Caucasian boyfriend and eventually marry them, where I think the rest of your life is pretty much sorted.
Before I met my husband, I'd actually given up on say the chance of love or relationship, because I thought that there was nobody out there for me that would understand me, that would get me, that would have less. Because see, the problem is with enough makeup and grooming, which I usually do, I'm attractive enough, and most guys can't get past that to the core, which is, you know, sometimes caustic, quite insightful, and basically I would get the wrong sorts of guys.
There is a structural model in Singapore that people go through.
Singapore is a hard society. It's very conscious of where did you go to school, what job do you work at, how much do you earn, where do you live. In Singapore, right, the thing about love is the thing about love in Singapore is that it's always so do you think we'll be together for a while? Let's go to the HDB and buy a flat together. So in Singapore, that love is a transactional property decision that comes with a mortgage.
I believe that everything happens for a reason. Just look at it positively. Character building, the experiences that you get out of it. It's always different. I had a really bad breakup, and it was very tough. Sorry. It was very tough, but it's made me stronger, and it's made me stronger in dealing with the experiences that I've had in my life. So as much as it hurt, and it still probably does hurt a little bit, but no regrets.
I don't say a feeling of love, I say a feeling of comfort, peace.
SDN, I think, is an institution that is trying to, that has a greater objective, is trying to get Singaporeans to come together, and help to increase the population, basically.
Okay, my term of call it is single, desperate, and ugly. First thing they look at, what's your education? How much you earn? That's called no. That's not love that's not love matching. That's called pairing of diamond to diamond. You're comparing communities. You're treating human like communities.
How you sustain the family, how you raise up the kids, and that is love.
People in my parents' generation actually express love very stoically. It's more of doing something that should represent what love is.
I have a stepson, 8 years old. He's a buddy to me. So I'm his dream maker. Because he'll come back to me and say, Daddy, I want to have a sword made. He wanted me to buy it. So I say, okay, what kind of sword?
Love is a great part of my life because it helps me to go on. The love of my wife, the love for my family, and all my kids, and that drives me. So.
When Olive was born, Olive has to go into the lights, jaundice, for 5 days. I cried. I say, daughter, I don't mean to bring you to this world and you have to suffer under the lights for 5 days.
Love, besides having a good feeling, is also building on that commitment whereby each time you go through a hardship together, you find more love in each other.
Never stop saying you love her. Never stop staring into the eyes and smile. Never stop kissing. Never stop touching each other. Yeah, never stop.
I would like to be able to love again. Yeah. I would like to be able to love again, because I think I'm quite scarred and quite jaded. So that's and I think this time to love again, it will probably be quite different for me.